Hi, you guys, it's Yaz, and welcome to the Game Exposed podcast. If you guys have a brief question on a narcissist and you want to submit it and have your question answered on the podcast, submit a brief question, you guys, no more than a paragraph because it won't be read. Text your questions to 917-636-1109 and text me your questions, and I'll try to get to as many questions as I can and answer them on the podcast, but please make it brief, no more than a paragraph, okay? 917-636-1109. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about the 5 biggest weaknesses of the narcissist, okay? Narcissists are, very weak individuals. A lot of them are cowards, but I'm going to talk about the 5 biggest weaknesses of the narcissist. Number 1, and this is a big one, the narcissist is insecure, okay? A lot of why the narcissist does what they do is because of their insecurity and their jealousy and envy of others, all right? The narcissist is going to portray the exact opposite of who they truly are. And they do this in the beginning. A lot of times in the beginning with love bombing, they're going to portray that they are this, kind person. They're going to show you fake empathy. They're going to come in as your hero. And the truth of the matter is, as you get to know the narcissist and their mask falls off, you start to see that they're not somebody that you would even want in the hard times, okay? So they're a very, very insecure individual. A lot of them are cowards, like the covert narcissists. That's why they have to be passive aggressive. So, they're very, very sensitive to criticism. They have to put others down in order to lift themselves up, okay? That's a big weakness of the narcissist because they, going into number 2, the next biggest weakness of them is that they're never happy, never satisfied. Nothing is ever enough for the narcissist. It doesn't matter how good looking you are. It doesn't matter what you do for that narcissist. That narcissist never feels complete, okay? So one of the biggest weaknesses of a narcissist is that they're never happy, never satisfied, and they always feel like their lives are lacking. Nothing is enough for the narcissist. They're constantly trying to fill that emptiness within themselves, and this is why they search out instant gratification to try to make themselves happy, because subconsciously, they don't feel like they're enough. They either were over-validated or under-validated as a child, so they can never, ever just accept themselves for who they are. They constantly need more to make themselves feel happy or satisfied, but nothing ever fills that empty vessel that's within themselves. Why? Because they can't self-reflect, all right? Another big weakness of the narcissist, and this, once a victim finds out, that they're dealing with a narcissist, this is what kills the narcissist. Narcissists are predictable, okay? Most narcissists are predictable. Some of them, they operate a little differently, but their basic manipulation, their basic deception is pretty, commonplace across the board for narcissists. They use the same kind of tactics like gaslighting. Their whole goal is to try to confuse you, make you self-doubt yourself, to make themselves feel, superior. But when you're somebody who can recognize a narcissist, recognize they're gaslighting you, then it's almost predictable what the narcissist will do. When you recognize a narcissist, for instance, is gaslighting you, you get disengaged from the narcissist and you distance yourself from a narcissist. See, people that get caught up in the gaslighting, they go back and forth with the narcissist. Let's say the narcissist tries to say something like, oh, you're crazy or something like that. And you go back and you say, no, you're the one crazy. What you're doing is feeding the narcissist because you don't see what their game is. Their game is to discredit your mental state, to make you doubt yourself, so that, you question truth and you question reality. See, a narcissist knows what reality is. They know when they're lying, okay? That's why they lie to some people and not other people, but they justify their lying, and in their way of thinking is, well, I had to lie because of the way you are. I couldn't be honest with you because of the way you are. So the thing is, a narcissist is never, ever transparent, but they're predictable, okay? They're very, very predictable, and especially when you're able to pin it down and figure out what kind of narcissist you're dealing with. In other words, a malignant narcissist is very controlling. They can be combative. They could be downright dangerous. A covert narcissist operates in a passive-aggressive manner behind your back. They're the big, they love the smear campaign and gossiping behind your back. The overt narcissist is very direct with it. You know where they're coming from. So once you're able to pinpoint their tactics of how they operate, and especially how they operate with regards to conflict, then you know how to deal with the narcissist. And the way you deal with the narcissist is either gray rocking or no contact. See, not everybody can walk away from a narcissist. Sometimes you have to deal with the narcissist, people that are co-parenting, or sometimes you have narcissists in your family and you're just not ready to go no contact. And the way you have to, once you recognize, okay, I'm dealing with a toxic person, I don't get into it with a toxic person. You're able to predict that if you were to go head to head with a narcissist, back and forth, number one, it's not going to get you anywhere because the narcissist is not listening to you. They don't care. Even if you're speaking truth, they will never validate you. So once you realize the tactics that are being played on you, once you see them lying, once you see them gaslighting, once you see them giving you word salad, once you see them triangulating, bringing other people into it and saying, well, even your mother thinks you're crazy, or even your brother thinks you're crazy. You see the same tactics, then I'm dealing with a toxic person. So this is a weakness of theirs because they're using the same kind of tactics on all of their victims, to try to break down these people for whatever it could be, whatever they're trying to get out of them. For a supply, or just to break them down because they're just jealous and envious. And, they're so insecure, it makes them feel better to break other people down. It doesn't make them feel so inferior and so insecure. So the 5 weaknesses of the narcissist: they're insecure, they're never happy or satisfied, they're predictable. Number 4 big weakness of a narcissist is that they're anxious people. Okay, this is why they need control of everything. They need control of how the house is managed, how you clean the house, your cooking. They need to control and say, oh, it's too hot, it's too cold, there's too much salt, you overcooked it, you don't know what you're doing. They want to be the ones to be, the authority on everything. Why? Because they're very anxious people. And by controlling things, it eases their anxiety. So basically, narcissists are nervous wrecks, okay? They can never just kick back and relax. And you'll see this if you ever went on vacation with a narcissist. They want to control everything. What hotel you stay at. They're complaining about the hotel. This is no good. That is no good. If I knew this, blah, 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 blah. They always have a complaint, all right? Why? Because they can never relax. They're anxious people. Or they'll, when you go on vacation with them, they're going to be wanting to call the shots, where you go, what you do, what you see. They're going to be the great critiques of everything. Why? Because they're anxious and they just can't let things go, okay? This is why I tell you, one of the biggest red flags of dealing with a narcissist is that they're difficult people. They always have to critique everything. They're critiquing you, or they're critiquing others, all right? So this is one of their weaknesses, is that they can't just relax and be happy and be satisfied with what they have, okay? They can never, ever just say, you know what? They can never be thankful for what they have. And this is why they always search out other supply, or, they're always very materialistic. Nothing is ever enough for the narcissist. They always need that shiny new toy. And then once, they get used to it after a month or so, then they want another shiny new toy. They don't appreciate the toy that they have, okay? So this is why they can never relax. They can never appreciate what they have. And a weakness, why this is a weakness, is because they lose good people, they lose good situations by being greedy, okay? So narcissists are greedy people. So nothing is ever enough for the narcissist. And when you're a greedy person, you can never, ever enjoy and appreciate what you have. I tell this to my kids all the time, you guys. I always say, you know what? You have to appreciate what you have, because today or tomorrow, it could be taken away from you. You have to appreciate your health, for instance, because today or tomorrow, you could lose your health. Don't just think that you could lose your health when you get older. Plenty of young people, and especially today, I even saw it on the news, more and more young people are getting sick with cancer and other ailments. And, all the researchers are trying to figure out what's going on. Why are young people getting sick earlier in life today, okay? So the bottom line is, one of their weaknesses is that they can't be happy, enjoy, and appreciate what they have, okay? Now, the last biggest weakness of a narcissist is that they can't be their true core self, okay? Like somebody asked me, they said, well, do they know who they are? What narcissists do is they suppress their true core self because they're afraid of getting hurt, because of that vulnerability within themselves. And how do I know that? Because I have family members who were like that. I was married to somebody who was like that. And they all told me the same. When they dealt with things that were difficult in their life, they were covert narcissists, all right? When they dealt with things that were difficult in their life, they suppress things. They block out things that upset them and bring them down. So they can never, ever show their true core self and be themselves, because they are afraid of being attacked. They're afraid of being hurt. They have a fragile inner core self, all right? I look at a narcissist as a fractured soul. There's somebody that has to hide. This is why, I'm talking primarily with the covert narcissist when I say that. Other narcissists don't necessarily have to hide, but their true core self, okay? They don't want to bring out their true core self a lot of times. So what they do is they mirror other people. Okay, and that's a lot of people, like female covert narcissists, do this all the time. They will mirror other people that they emulate other people. They'll dress like them. They'll talk like them. They'll act like them. Why? Because they can't be their true, authentic self. They feel that inferiority. So what they do is they mirror that person, because it's safe. It's safe to mirror somebody that, you look up to and try to pretend like you are that person, okay? So, you guys, I'm going to throw out one last weakness of the narcissist, okay? I know I said 5, but I just thought of another one. The other weakness of a narcissist, okay, is that they don't walk in the truth, okay? Narcissists are liars. They're deceivers. They are ruled by manipulation and deception. So they cannot walk in the truth, because to walk in the truth will expose them, okay? So by being a liar, one of their weaknesses is that they're a liar. And by being a liar, eventually they do get exposed. Eventually, narcissists get exposed. It may not be today and tomorrow. It could be down the line. But I always say, eventually a narcissist will meet their match, okay? They will meet their match, and whoever they meet is going to, call them out, expose them, and destroy that little fragile ego that they have and create shame, all right? So the last weakness, all right, that they have is that they cannot walk in the truth. And this is what gets them in trouble too in court. A lot of them try to lie to the court, but a court is based on facts. So when they try to sit there and gaslight a judge, or they sit there and they say, well, Judge, I don't remember, or I didn't see it in the agreement, in the stipulation or something. What is a good judge going to do? They're going to say, well, it was in your agreement and you are responsible. So the bottom line is all of that gaslighting won't get them anywhere, because you have to follow a set of rules when you go to court. That's why I tell you guys, when you're co-parenting with a narcissist, you have to have it in black and white in a legal stipulation that you follow, so that if the narcissist tries their gaslighting, why they didn't come get the kids or why they didn't pay child support or anything like that, you have it in your stipulation and they will be held accountable when you go to court, okay? So that is their weakness, is by gaslighting and lying, they will be held accountable in certain situations. And one of those situations is if you ever take them to court, okay? So you guys, it's like this. The 5 big weaknesses of the narcissist is that they're extremely insecure, okay? And by being insecure, they're never happy, never satisfied. They're extremely jealous people. They're predictable in their actions and their behaviors. This is why I tell you, when the way you defeat a narcissist is to watch them over a period of time. Because they are predictable, you will see those kind of toxic behaviors if you're educated and knowledgeable about narcissism, okay? The next big weakness, they're anxious people, so they are always a nervous wreck and never, satisfied with their current situation or with whom they're with, okay? The other big weakness is they can't be themselves. They can't show their core self. If you're dealing with a covert narcissist, they can't show their core self. That's why they hide it. That's why they do sarcastic remarks. The covert narcissist loves sarcasm. They love passive-aggressive behavior. That's why I tell you, watch the patterns of behavior, and it'll tell you what they are, okay? They are very small-minded people. They play dirty. But the bottom line is they will reap what they sow, okay? I tell people this all the time. If you're somebody who's lived life and you've seen the outcomes on a lot of these toxic people like I have, I could tell you that they will reap what they sow. So when somebody is toxic, it's going to come back to them in time. And what does that mean? That means that later on, nobody wants to be bothered with them, okay? They burn bridges because they're not there for people, or they abandon people. And then when they need somebody, when the narcissist gets sick or they need somebody, people remember and don't want to be bothered with them, okay? So you get back in life what you give most of the time, all right? And when you don't walk in the truth, you're basically living a lie, okay? And when you live a lie, you're going to be caught eventually. Eventually, all your lies are going to be exposed. So these are all the weaknesses of the narcissist, all right? So I hope that helps you guys. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. Go follow me on YouTube for a lot more videos on this and, the discard, the covert narcissist, malignant narcissist, all kinds of, toxic behaviors of the narcissist. Go follow on the Game Exposed podcast on YouTube. And if you want more posts and information, go to the Game EXP 123 on Instagram, okay? And have a great day, you guys. If you guys are having a problem in your dating or relationship, or you're dealing with somebody maybe that's narcissistic, you don't know if they're a narcissist, or you're just having problems, you're in a toxic relationship and you need some clarity on it, go to the link in the podcast description for my website where I offer email and phone coaching. If you have a quick question, just a quick question, and you want to get a video sent back to you answering your question, there's also a link there for Vizio where I will send you a personalized video answering your question. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz, and I want to tell you about my 2 books on Amazon. The first book is Regain Your Power. It's all about power and relationship. Who has the power in the relationship? And it goes into all of that, okay? The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time, okay? Check it out. It gives you a lot of good clues as to whether you're with somebody who's a real one or somebody who's just going to waste your time. You could read them both with Kindle's free trial membership. So check it out. Link is in the podcast description. Hi, you guys. I just want to let you know that the Game Exposed now has their merchandise available. Check out the link in the bio and you could go check it out. There's cool hoodies, cool sweatpants, cool hats. So go to the bio for the link. And also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook at The Game EXP 123 and also on Instagram, The Game EXP 123. Okay? And have a great day.